Stephen King's Cujo. Saint Bernard gets rabies. Traps kid and mother on a farm or on a ranch property. And all kind of havoc ensues. Anybody that comes up, this dog is getting them after he has rabies. But what do I want to point out though? How the dog got rabies and what kind of lesson we can learn from that when it comes down to discovery and research and going down the rabbit hole. You can research what you want. You can go down the rabbit hole. But here's the thing. In the movie, Cujo was chasing a rabbit. He was chasing a rabbit. I don't remember if it was a he or she. I think it was a he. Cujo the dog, Saint Bernard, was chasing a rabbit through the field. So you have the symbology of the rabbit hole. This rabbit eventually leads him into the mouth of like a cave. And here's the next lesson. Cujo sticks his head in the cave and is barking around. Barking. But he can't fit his body in. His head is in, but he can't fit his body in. This is symbolic of you sticking your head in the dark, but you not being of that thing that you're studying. It's new to you, but there's seasoned people waiting for you on the other side of this dark thing if a rabbit hole should ever take you down a dark passage. So he sticks his head in, he can't fit his body in, but he still has his head inside the cave, barking. He aggravates a bat, a group of bats. One of the bats bites him on the nose, symbolically for sniffing around in the dark and barking in the dark. Don't go barking up the wrong trees in the dark. You can study dark things if you want to. You can study dark conspiracies if you want to. You can look into dark cults if you want to. But once you go barking around in there, because you can only stick your head in, you can only fit your mind in, you're coming in as a neophyte, you're coming in as an outsider. And you go barking around in the dark, you'll get bit on the same nose that you used to sniff out that trail from chasing that rabbit that led you to that dark place. So study what you want, research it, but don't be polarized. Teach people on it. Inform people. But these whistleblowers, they getting knocked off and clipped left and right. And I don't wish that on anybody. There's a difference between putting the truth out there and being a whistleblower. Some of the videos and content I've probably shared in a lot of my videos would have got a whistleblower killed, but I'm not here blowing whistles. I'm not here to stop the game. I'm here to tell you how it's being played and what kind of game you can play for yourself, regardless of what kind of game they play, and nobody gets in anybody's way. But that's the lesson of Cujo. And Cujo ended up doing what? Becoming rabid. Because studying dark things and dark material, it could drive you mad. Especially if you barking around in the dark and you get bit by something that's from the dark and become infected and thereby like and influenced by what's in the dark, becoming a clone of what's in the dark. And these things are averse. The body can't handle that. The body can't handle it. The dog couldn't handle what the bat had in him. The bat wasn't foaming at the mouth. The bat was in his home environment. The bat was typing on his home row. But it was no place for the dog to be, who was a family dog, mind you. Turned into a vicious killer. So that's the story of Cujo and how you can learn from Stephen King's Cujo on what to do if you ever start researching out here and end up in a rabbit hole that leads to some more dark and morbid subject matter.